Hey, this is Ginger from the Bad Girls Club.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's your girl, Kristen here at the bar. I'm Biz Rodriguez.
Hey, it's Maya.
Hey, everybody, this is Dawn, and you're listening to my favorite place, The Fresh Movement.
Let's go. 5 years been spitting, got the fresh movement, I'm killing. Seeing all my old hoes, got all them and they're feeling.
I might pop a X, no domestic, but the pill. Talking about a ex, wanna fuck but never will. I find passion in the music, I don't see it as a skill. Never practice, feel like Iverson, but ready for a drill.
Let me backtrack, if we handle that, we gon' run it back on 3. I got one goal, I got one dream, that's 2 things I'm trying to reach. That's 3 reasons, say fuck love, cause only good things come in 3s. That's money, power, respect, don't forget to run it back on the beat. What up?
What's up, guys? We are back with Mark and Chacha on the Fresh Movement Podcast. And this episode is called Red Flags because there are a lot of red flags in relationships and friendships. So, but first, Chacha, how are you doing on this lovely day?
I am actually doing pretty well. I feel like the retrograde is getting ready to be over. And I just feel my spirits lifting. Like, so yeah, I mean, honestly, I knew the first couple months would be kind of like rough, but honestly, they weren't really hard, so to speak.
They were hard.
Well, see, I feel like it's harder for you because this is your first time.
It's been ghetto.
It definitely has been ghetto.
It's been very Crenshaw Heights.
It's been very Crenshaw Heights. But I do feel like it definitely hits you a lot harder just because it is your first time, not only being out on your own, but even being out of state as well. So I think that definitely made it hit you a lot harder. But overall, I do see things looking up for us. Definitely
I hope so. I really hope so. We filmed our first YouTube video yesterday. Was it yesterday?
Was it yesterday?
I don't know, but it was definitely something. So make sure you guys look out for that. It was should I say the title in case we don't upload that one first?
Well, I mean, we did a whole intro in that video, so I was like, that's going to
So who's most likely? Dirty Edition will be available soon on YouTube. But so before I get into red flags, I do want to give a recap on like you guys supporting. I appreciate that. Chacha appreciates that. And that does not go unnoticed. If you want to get a shout out, please go to the Fresh Movement, follow us, and just say you want a shout out. Now, please don't send songs because clearly this is a podcast.
Yeah.
People keep sending songs. Please don't. And yeah. So red flags. So I want to do, I guess, red flags for friendships and red flags for relationships. But first, what are red flags that people should look out for you? Like your red flags.
I don't have any.
All right, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. When someone says they don't have any red flags, that's a red flag. I think for me personally, I think a red flag is that I can be a little emotional and I may be hypersensitive, and also I have a very high freak number sometimes, so that can be a red flag.
I don't think that's gonna be a red flag for nobody.
You'd be surprised.
I mean, if they don't like that, they're not for you.
I guess so. You're right. So we'll just do the very I'm very sensitive. And emotional.
So I'm not. So a red flag for me, I guess, could be the fact that number one, I'm not good with emotion. Like I don't always know how to comfort people when they're hurt. So that is definitely one for me. I don't know, because like I always say I'm as sweet as pie and as mean as you make me.
Not as sweet as pie.
Because I'm such a nice person, but I can be really mean. But it's in the nicest of ways. You hear that sweet voice? When I cuss you out, it don't feel as harsh because it's in such a sweet, sultry little voice, you know?
I guess. Shade is shade. The way you want to play it. But hey, that's just it. That's just how it's completely played. But I guess I want to say so red flags for relationship, like looking for relationship. I guess we'll do relationships first.
Okay. So red flags we look for.
Yes.
Okay. So based off of experience, I definitely number one look for Hygiene.
You do.
That is a big one. Common courtesy is also a really, really big one for me, because I'm willing to teach people how I need to be loved and stuff, but I feel like certain personality traits I shouldn't have to teach you. Like, I shouldn't have to teach you common courtesy, like, because it's common, you know. So that's definitely a red flag for me. I think hygiene and health kind of go hand in hand. Like, if I don't feel like you take care of your health, then like that's hygiene. That's hygienic to me. Somebody like, it's hard. This one is a little hard, because I don't want someone who's too busy for me, but I also don't want you to not be doing nothing. If that makes sense. Like, you can't just, every time I text you, what are you doing? You at home playing the game. Like, that's bothersome. But also, I don't like for a guy who works so much that they can't text me. Like, because to me, I've completely gotten over that. Like, I understand busy and not being able to be on your phone, that's one thing. But communication also comes with, hey, I'm about to be at work, I'm gonna talk to you later.
Right.
Versus just not responding all day. Like, you make time for what you want to make time for.
As a fact.
That's became very clear. So those are definitely some of my red flags.
Sometimes I don't have a social media, because that just means you're lying and you have a wife. That's a red flag.
What if they don't like social media?
My grandmother has social media.
So?
Both of them.
So?
If they have social media, you have something. You don't have Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter. You don't have nothing. LinkedIn. Like, you don't have nothing? I have not met a person that has nothing. Have you?
I won't say.
But you have the gay app? I'm like,
no,
what?
That is funny. Okay, that's valid. That's very valid.
I'm just saying, that's a red flag for me. And also, I guess I don't like people who are very judgmental. Like, I don't like when someone is very, it's a way to, I feel like it's a way to be, I don't like people who are too cocky, and I don't like people who are too judgmental. I just think that everyone has their own path. I don't know why you're looking at me like like, I'm not judgmental.
You might not be cocky, but you judge.
I judge in the privacy of my own home. I don't judge.
And in the privacy of your phone in said restaurants, okay?
I do, but not to their faces. First of all, I don't know what she's pushing me out to be, but I'm not a villain. I think
Did you add a G to the villain?
Maybe. I'm not that. And I don't think I judge as everybody else judges. What I mean is someone who judges like to their face. That's kind of mean. Like, if you're going out with someone, they'd be like, "Ooh, look at that person." Like, you know, it's kind of messed up. Yeah. Especially if I'm just knowing you. Like, if you're with your friends, this is sounding bad. All right, next red flag, the cocky thing. I feel like it's okay to like love yourself, and you know, we're all, you know, female empowerment, male empowerment. But I think that if you are really like into yourself, it can kind of like be a lot for me personally. I don't know if that's something you look for in a guy, or I don't know. Like that to me is just not.
Cocky
attractive.
Versus confidence is definitely
I love confidence.
Going to be a thing.
But it shouldn't always be like you're that guy like all the time. Like, you know, we all have our ups and downs. But I've met some guys that don't have downs. Like, it's just always about them.
Narcissism is definitely one of those things.
Yeah.
Definitely one of those things.
Shout out to Ashley for calling me during the podcast.
I mean, it's not like she knows. She returning a call.
I just had a FaceTime with her and I said we were recording. So shout out to you. Were you?
So she called and she hung up. It was an accident.
Speaking of Ashley, I'm sorry, Ashley. Don't come for me. But another red flag. if they have kids, is that a red flag for you right now?
No.
All right.
Now, okay. The number may or may not be a red flag.
That's very true. Let me take that back. So if you have, so I'm 26. I'm not gonna do the whole like people like to play the name game, the age game. Like if I'm dating somebody, I figure at this point, somebody's gonna have a child. But like as I keep pushing 30, ooh, 30. Yikes.
I don't know. I mean, because obviously there are some who don't, and I do feel like it is more attractive to me when I do find the one who does not have kids and is older. Like I was talking to a 30-year-old who did not have any kids, and I was just like, that is so great.
Ooh, sorry y'all.
Slamming phones, man. But I was like, that's so great. Like, so I will say it is a turn on when they don't have any, but it's not entirely a turn off, especially if it's just one kid, and I feel like it don't really matter that much to me. I don't really care about the age of the kid so much.
I do if it's still in belly.
If it's still in belly, that's a whole nother, like,
if it's still in belly or if it still needs to be breastfed.
I don't necessarily mind that part. I just need an actual, like, I need the real on you and the baby mom. Like, are y'all, like, what's happening here? If y'all are done though, like y'all really, like y'all know that ain't what y'all want. I don't necessarily mind the kid being a baby because like we might mesh and get married, and like now this kid was raised with me essentially, so I wouldn't necessarily mind that.
I mean, I don't mind being a step parent. I just don't want to be a step parent to a classroom.
That's
so
I got one maybe two good ones in me.
But I wonder, because I'm gay, like if I'm a step parent, not even so much that, but like I mean, if I marry a bisexual man, that means he's already done stuff with women. But if I marry a gay guy and he has children, like was he like, as would be a story there? He was
figuring it out. He was testing the waters and
what was that? All right, and last red flags with friends. I think a red flag is friends that are jealous in certain ways, because especially in the entertainment business, people they act like they're your friend and then they turn around, don't do favors for you when you know what? I'm just going a different way. I'm just gonna say a red flag to me are opportunists. Or a friend who asks you to do things, and then when you ask them to do one thing, they just can't do it. Like it just won't happen. So hey girl, if you're listening, but I'm gonna let you go.
I think I don't necessarily like, because I am human and completely understand, like, I don't necessarily feel like jealousy is a red flag. It's just about how you act on it, because ain't nothing wrong with wishing you could have the same opportunities or whatever the case. But as like, you not raining on my parade, like you might be jealous, but you're still happy for me.
That's very, you know what? That's very honest. That's very
like,
go ahead.
So I definitely don't mind that, because like, I've had my moments like, oh damn, I wish I was doing that.
Same.
But I'm still happy for said person.
Yeah.
A red flag, common courtesy, another thing like that goes into friendship. If I can't call you and like just really, if I can't confide in you, then what are we friends for? Honestly, I'm gonna have to give my good sis Jensine like a big shout out, because she is really like really a good friend. Like sis folded. We were driving in DC and like I was eating honey. She prepped my whole burger for me, like folded the wrapper around so that I could eat it, and like
shout out to Jensine. She's so dope.
She's a really great friend.
She brings out my inner mean girl.
so crazy. We have no behavior together at all. Like it's bad. It's really bad. But it's great.
On that note, guys, I'll be back to Fresh Movement.